Welcome back to another episode of the Two Balls, One Basket podcast, a podcast of the Playbook Sports Network. Make sure to visit our website, playbooksn.com. We're pumping content each and every day, and visit us on Twitter at PlaybookSN. As always, I am your host, Jordan. With me today from the Basement Sports Network, Royal A. Shepard.
Yeah, what's happening, Jordan?
Was popping.
Not much, bro. Not much.
I wish there was a way I could have my background picture, the picture of you in a Tyler Herro jersey, but I'm not tech savvy enough, so I didn't even attempt it.
You'll never find it, and I'll say it's photoshopped anyway because I'm a professional liar.
All right, like you want to just jump right into it?
Sure, I'm with it.
All right, first thing we're talking about, Tyler Herro. I've been dying. I tweeted yesterday, and for some reason, I've tweeting all night. It wouldn't send that one tweet. I said, can't wait to hear Royal complain about Tyler on the pod tomorrow.
Brother, people were anticipating me complaining about Tyler Herro before he even started playing basketball yesterday. And don't worry, I was well equipped to do so, and I was prepared to do so too. Because I wasn't like, I don't know, bro. I just don't get it. Like, I think that's my problem. And everybody's problem with me is they assume that I'm a Tyler Herro hater. And it's like, sure, I'll be that. It's cool. I don't like him as a basketball player. Not for my team anyway. It's not that he's a bad player. I just think he's a bad fit on this team. And I think I've articulated that several times. And people want to boil it down to me hating him. And so when you antagonize an antagonist, I do it back. That's what I do. Like, I'm petty. So when people get to aggravating me about my Tyler Herro opinion, then I just take it to the degree. And now it's like he can do nothing right. So it doesn't matter what he does well. It doesn't matter how efficient he is. I'm going to find that one thing. And I found it last night too, Jordan. I found it.
Oh, God. What was it?
It's not one thing, but it was something that I foreseen coming. Like, so because of Tyler Herro's kind of like job or responsibilities on this team, then naturally there would be some players that would have to take a step back and when he returned. And I think people thought that that would be limited to a player like Duncan Robinson, who had assumed his starting role. And so if you just put Duncan Robinson back on the bench, insert Tyler Herro in the starting role, and then, everybody else will still be able to play their same part. Well, that's not the case, because when Tyler Herro plays, he's playing 30 minutes. So the machinations of lineups that he's going to be in vary. And so the different cast of characters that he plays with varies. It's not just the starters. So my prime example was Jaime Jaquez Jr. Everybody was super excited about the production Jaime had. They were talking about a streak of double-digit games for a rookie, and that shit came to a screeching halt when? Yesterday. The minute Tyler Herro got back out there on the court. Jaime Jaquez was the primary person that I was worried about being impacted by Tyler Herro's presence. Jaime Jaquez has a variety of roles, one of which is being an on-ball scorer, and he doesn't get as many of those opportunities with Tyler Herro out there. And he won't. So I feel like people are going to attribute this to, just a bad game by a rookie or him hitting the rookie wall. But it's going to line up beautifully, for my narrative at least, with Tyler Herro's return to this lineup. Jaime Jaquez, I don't believe he'll have success because he's a very good basketball player, but he won't have the same level of success playing next to a player like Tyler Herro.
All right, so now let me ask you this then. You're on board to trade Tyler Herro. Are you trading him for just anybody, though, or are you making sure it's worthwhile?
No, I'm not trading Tyler Herro for anybody. That's ridiculous. So you're not going to tell me to trade Tyler Herro for Colin Sexton 1-for-1 and then we'd be happy with that. No, I'm going to be pissed and I'm going to bitch and moan about what the mismanagement of assets. Tyler Herro, for all the shit that I talk, is an asset. And if I'm trading Tyler Herro, then I expect to get an upgrade or two. And I'm talking about significant upgrades too. So if I'm trading Tyler Herro, then I'm looking to get either an infinitely better version of Tyler Herro, so Donovan Mitchell, who's Tyler Herro-esque, but he's a much better version of that. Or I'm looking to get an upgrade at point guard and another bench player to be able to come in there and help things out. Like, that's but it's not like I don't need a superstar. It ain't got to be no top 75 player for me to trade Tyler Herro. I don't need it to be top 75. I need a top 20, 25, even top 30 guy right now in today's NBA, and I trade Tyler Herro ass immediately.
I don't know. I go through spurts. I like Tyler Herro.
Sure.
I wouldn't trade. I prefer not to trade him because I'm thinking not necessarily now, which I think is my fault that I'm not thinking now. I should be thinking Jimmy Window, considering that I am a Jimmy Butler fanatic.
Sure.
But I'm thinking like, once Jimmy Butler retires, Tyler Herro is a good piece to have.
No, absolutely. Then trade Jimmy Butler.
Uh,
I'm not going to waste Jimmy Butler's career on a bill that I know doesn't work. So Tyler Herro on this roster with Jimmy and Bam does not work. It will not win you a title, and you'll be stuck in kind of like this lull that most of Heat Twitter is, like where we're happy being the first runner-up. I am not. I do not like that.
No, I don't either.
And apparently that makes me a bad fan. So guess what? I will be a bad fucking fan then because I don't like it, and I'm going to talk about it. So, and I believe that Tyler Herro is the best possible. He's the best asset that we have to get us the type of player that we're looking for. He's the vehicle. But people have grown this attachment to Tyler. And because I criticize him for right or for wrong, it doesn't matter to me. I'm going to do what I want to do on my Twitter account. So I criticize him, but the end game is to get him off of my team so that we can inevitably win a championship. I don't think most people are like that. Most people are like you, where they vacillate between the now and the future.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you care about the future, then trade the now. Trade Jimmy Butler, get him off the roster. If they traded Jimmy Butler, I wouldn't even care if they traded Tyler Herro. They can keep him. They can keep him if they trade Jimmy Butler, because then I understand that course of thinking. But people cannot preach to me that we are aiming to win a championship when we've proven that we can't win a championship with this core, and the one piece that can get you a substantial upgrade, people are unwilling to part with it. Is it Uchiwali or is it one mic, in the words of my boy Thread? And you can't have it both ways.
I just thought of a rebuttal to that, but then I immediately thought of your rebuttal. So it's like, well, but we haven't seen Tyler Herro play in said finals yet. But
sure,
that's because the fucker's always hurt when it matters.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think people believe that I'm unwilling, and I think this is the problem with kind of like it's self-inflicted, but my persona on Twitter. Like, people believe that I am unwilling to either have the conversation on Tyler Herro or unwilling to move my opinion of what he is already. They think that no matter what he does, then I'm still going to be a hater. That's not the truth. If Tyler Herro came out here, averaged 27 points a game, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, or something like that, I guarantee you I'd be Tyler Herro's number one fan. But he will not do that. I'm going to say that he won't do that, and you are going to continue to believe that he can. And I don't believe that. So until he shows me that, then I can't. I have to be true to like what I believe, bro. Like, and I believe Tyler Herro is the piece that'll get us the piece that can win us a championship.
So, is that you?
No.
Huh. I don't know. Kind of handsome.
He is. He's a good-looking guy now.
He looks like you.
You know, I got a lot of cousins, Jordan. I don't know if you know that. I got a big family. A lot of them are Heat fans. I would never put anything like that on my body.
So, all right. So, I think very fulfilling thing, Greg and I mentioned this on the pod, a very fulfilling feeling for a Heat fan, I think, would be because in reality, a lot of people, they don't want to trade Tyler. A lot of people do want to trade Tyler. For the people that don't want to, winning a championship with this three, that would be over the moon. That'd be amazing.
Winning a championship with Tyler Herro on the current roster and like with the team as is in its current role.
I don't think this team right now could win one. I think they could get there. They can't win.
But you're saying like if. But you're saying like if. Like kind of like living in the euphoria of the run last year.
Yeah.
So last year, people were uber confident. Like I had gotten swept up too. People seem to forget that part though. Like people say I'm always negative. They say I always just shit on the team or whatever. I wasn't negative one time. The whole time Tyler Herro wasn't playing because I enjoyed that hoop. It's Tyler Herro. That's the problem to me. He messes up the basketball. But I did get swept up in kind of like the thing. So if they had won last year, I would have been very proud of that championship. I would have flaunted it to the world. If they do it with this group, I'll still be equally as happy about it. Like, I want to win. And if they do it with this group, then sure, I will revel in the experience, the journey, and all the nostalgia and the things that went into this group winning a championship. I will not have a lot of you and say that I think that that's going to happen. That's not. It's not a thing. Like, I don't think that these three, as your three best players, can win together.
And what makes me a spectacular human being is I respect your opinion.
I appreciate that. You ain't got to agree with it. But I don't think people I don't know, bro. Like, people take Twitter way too serious. Because
that's why I stopped going on it.
Well, even today, bro, like today, it's like all you do is hate on Tyler Herro. And it's like, yeah, but y'all knew that. Like, y'all didn't say anything to me when I was praising the way that the team was playing. Mm-hmm. When I was going through individual players praising their efforts when he wasn't playing. Y'all refuse to see my point that every time that this man is not playing, we start getting contributions from all over the place. And then we start finding gems like Jaime Jaquez. I think if Tyler Herro had played the entirety of this season, then people would not be as high on Jaime Jaquez. That is a tongue twister if you try and say that like 3 times
I don't want to try it.
But people wouldn't be as high on him like as they are now, because we wouldn't have been able to see the full array of things that he can do. We would have never seen Jaime Jaquez kind of like man that second unit as its primary ball handler had Tyler Herro been here. We would have never been able. That's the beautiful thing
about sports. One player goes down, you see what another player does when they have more on their plate.
Yeah, and it's like, and I was excited to see just kind of how Tyler would integrate himself back into the team when he came back, when it was functioning the way that it was. Full disclosure, like, I'm just going to be honest, only this one time. I'm going to lie. I'm going to lie the rest of the time. Tyler Herro didn't play bad at all last night, bro. Like, I felt like he did a wonderful job of just kind of being one of the guys and not trying to like steal the show, not trying to be the guy. Like, he had a great game.
I thought last night defensively was a bit unfair to him because I saw he started out the game on JD McDaniels, who's like 6'11", and then immediately has to switch on to Anthony Edwards. Like, come on.
I don't judge Tyler Herro by his defense at all. So, like, when people use him being a bad defender as an argument, I do it to fill a narrative. But, like, in actuality, I don't really care about Tyler Herro's defense. He's not paid to be a defender. I care about how efficient Tyler Herro is as an offensive basketball player. Last night, I felt like he was extremely efficient. He did what he was supposed to do. He scored. Jimmy Butler didn't show up last night. Like,
Jimmy Butler didn't show up last night, and that pains
Jimmy Butler didn't show up last night, but it's also like you take those games from Jimmy too, you know what I mean, because of like the wear and tear. But that all plays into the larger issue, which is the roster construction in and of itself. We have not built a team that's capable of like acquiescing to the things that we are going to need throughout the course of the season. Jimmy Butler is going to have to rest. He's a 34-year-old player at this time. Kevin Love has to rest. Kyle Lowry has to rest. And we don't have sufficient like players behind them to be able to like man the ship while they're out. And so that's where we run into trouble. Like, that's a front office thing. So you can't, but I can't judge it like that. I have to judge it off of what I'm looking at. Mm-hmm. And so, like, I don't know, bro. Like, I said a lot of shit in there that probably like went all around the point, but it's just, I don't know. It's just a difficult thing to like accept. It's difficult that they like their team and I have to accept reality. Yeah. I hate that shit.
I know. That's how I felt about the Dolphins the last 20 years. But hey, now we're not going to get it.
What, the Dolphins?
No,
I'm a newly born Dolphins fan.
All right, welcome. It hasn't been this much fun. I promise.
I've been around for a while. I know it has been.
All right, let's get into Duncan Robinson now.
My God.
Someone from your network, Mr. Harrison over there.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know, would you trade Duncan Robinson right now?
Absolutely.
Fuck, I forgot who I was talking to.
There's nobody short of Jimmy and Bam that I wouldn't trade on this roster.
All right, so let me hear how do you feel about Duncan's play? Because I know you were tweeting,
I love
Tyler's going to take away his confidence. Duncan, I want this on the
air. Duncan
should have stayed in the starting lineup.
Absolutely.
It was good to see that Duncan still played confident last night coming off the bench.
Yeah, the Duncan confidence thing was a troll tweet. And people like somebody was like, this clickbait. And I was like, it'll work.
It's 100% clickbait.
It's 100% going to work. Like, it's because of the persona and who I'm talking about. I can tweet anything about Tyler Herro and it'll work. I'll put up a poll.
There is certain players on this team that when you tweet, they just blow up. And I've noticed this with Playbook. Anytime we tweet about Jaime Jaquez, you would think it was Elon Musk tweeting. We tweet about Nikola Jovic, we make ESPN. Okay, but we tweet about Orlando Robinson. My mom likes to tweet.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Yeah.
But back to your original question. Look, I think the answer for the Duncan question is essentially the same as the Tyler question. I would trade Duncan Robinson, but it has to be worth it to me. Like, I feel like there's a glaring hole at the point guard position on this roster. If I have to make a trade in order to make an upgrade there, then I'm willing to listen to damn near anything. But the trade has to make sense. You're not going to tell me we'll give you Ish Smith and you got to give me Duncan Robinson. Ish Smith is a notorious heat killer. Like,
everybody that's a heat killer, though, when they come to the Heat, they kill the Heat
exactly
from the inside.
Exactly. I would not even consider it. But if Alex Caruso all of a sudden comes back on the table, because the Chicago said like they don't want to trade him. But let's say Alex Caruso comes back on the table and Duncan is one of the pieces that Chicago is interested in, then okay, I'll listen. Because I believe that Alex Caruso can fill a void on this roster that Duncan Robinson can't. If we lose Duncan Robinson, we still got Tyler Herro. Like, so we can work that out. But like with Duncan Robinson, even with Jaime Jaquez, like you gonna have to give me a name to get Jaime Jaquez up off of this roster.
No, I don't want to get rid of him.
Let me give you a scenario.
Give me one.
Donovan Mitchell says, I want to go to the Miami Heat. Okay. And the Miami Heat said, we'll offer you Tyler, Jovic, and 2 first-round picks. And Cleveland says, that's good. That's really good. But we need Jaime. What are you doing in that situation?
The counter?
No, if they say they need Jaime or there's no deal.
Jaime, so Tyler, Jovic, Jaime, and 2 first-round picks?
For Donovan Mitchell.
I'm telling Cleveland to lick them.
Not us. They will be reunited with Max Strus immediately fucking with me. Like, they're gone.
I don't know. I gotta get something else.
But I like the conversation though. Like, why is it like
conversation?
What is it that what no. I'm talking about like the conversation of why people wouldn't be willing to do it. Because I don't understand. What has Jaime shown you that has made you unwilling to get a player who we've seen score 71 points?
It's not just the scoring, and I understand the scoring part. Jaime does so much more than scoring. That's where he's a little bit better than Tyler. Tyler, he's just starting to start playmaking. Tyler's scoring is his thing. He can't score 71 points. No. But I think those 3, Jovic, I don't get the hype about. I'll trade Jovic for a bag of hot Cheetos.
So essentially this trade is Tyler and Jaime and 2 first-round picks for Donovan Mitchell.
I need something back. Like
you're getting Donovan Mitchell.
And so I need something else. That's just me though. Like, I don't even fucking know who that team is because I fucking hate them. But
see, that's what I'm saying. Like in this scenario, the piece that's stopping you from getting Donovan Mitchell is Jaime Jaquez. I can't see the line. Like, I understand investing in their future, but how can you go back and look Bam and Jimmy in the face and say, hey, we're trying to get you the best team possible to win a championship, and in the same breath go back and tell them, but we're not giving up this rookie for it?
See, I don't think trading those 2 for 1 is making this team better. I think it's a lateral movement.
Donovan Mitchell?
I think Tyler and Jaime together.
So you replace Tyler with Duncan. So let's do the thought exercise. So we've already replaced Tyler with Duncan before and seen that we can have success that way, correct?
That's fine. Tyler's not the thing holding me back. It's the 2 of them together.
Right. But you also have Caleb Martin. You have a log jam at the position that Jaime Jaquez plays.
We got to remember though, Caleb Martin's not going to stay.
Yeah, but he will but he'll be. Who's more prepped to help you in the playoffs right now, Jaime Jaquez or Caleb Martin?
I'd probably argue Jaime.
You can't, because Jaime's never done it. We've seen Caleb Martin become the runner-up for the Eastern Conference, but we've seen Caleb Martin come in the runner-up. We've seen Caleb Martin perform in the playoffs, and we've seen him perform at a high level. So I would argue that we have a known commodity in Caleb Martin for what he's going to do in the postseason, and we just have a pie-in-the-sky idea of what Jaime could do. We don't know if he'll fold under the pressure or whatever. So if I still have Caleb Martin on this roster, and I still have Jimmy Butler, and I still have Haywood Highsmith, and all these guys, and Josh Richardson, who I know can go in there, and all of these guys, more experienced than Jaime, we've seen them perform in the playoffs. Like, I would rock with that if I can add Donovan Mitchell, somebody that dynamic. Because Donovan Mitchell raises the floor of this offense. And on top of that, he's a person who is capable of getting Bam even more good looks because of his ability to put pressure on the rim and because of his reputation as a 3-level scorer. Like, I don't think that there's any match. What's up?
I think I'm viewing it because of Jaime's defense, which, granted, we haven't seen in the playoffs, but in the small sample size we have, it looks pretty good. Donovan Mitchell's, I don't want to say he's a negative defender, but he's definitely not a positive defender.
I would agree.
And that's the thing with the Heat. They don't tend to focus offensively. They always think defense first. Our offense will play off of that.
Which so explain to me Tyler Herro. Explain Tyler Herro to me.
That's a delicate subject, Royal.
Okay. Because the only thing we're doing is essentially replacing Tyler with Donovan Mitchell. Like the idea that defense did we watch the defense without Bam when Bam was hurt?
Oh, it was
Jaime Jaquez stopping anything at the rim?
No.
This defense is not built around Jaime Jaquez's skill set. It's built around Idris. And so it's like, as long as we have Bam, then I believe that they can Bam and Jimmy, you put them out there, and I believe that you can kind of like lean on those guys, plus Haywood Highsmith, plus Caleb Martin. You can lean on those guys for defense. Like we need it's Donovan Mitchell, bro. And that's the kind of like, and that's the argument or the little tissies that I get in on Twitter, because people make those arguments all the time and they just use them as like end all be alls. And it's like, that's not how basketball works. Like,
this is a really good argument, though. I like you're making me think over here. I'm like, damn, shit, would I do this?
But that's, and you know what, Jordan, like in reality, bro, this is the conversation that I try to have with people who hate me. It's like, I'd rather, huh?
I don't hate you.
Not you.
Rock with you.
But yeah, but like there are people who hate me on Twitter, Jordan. I don't know if you've seen it or not. I mean, I'm a pretty nice guy, I think. But like, some people hate my guts. And I'm fine with that. Like, I'm cool with people hating me. But hate me and know why you hate me. Like, at least give me an opportunity to articulate myself. But you don't. You see the Tyler Herro tweets where you can't differentiate between, is he being serious or is he trolling me right now? In my Twitter bio, Jordan, it has grade A.
It says like professional troll or some shit.
It says it in the bio, and yet people cannot tell the difference, which makes me the GOAT. That's why I'm good at it. Because you can't tell if I hate Tyler Herro today, or if I love him, or if I hate Duncan Robinson, or if I like Duncan Robinson. You won't know unless you talk to me, but you aren't willing to talk to me. You want to talk about me. Like, he hates Tyler Herro. No, I don't. I hate Tyler Herro playing for the Miami Heat. But Tyler Herro on the Washington Wizards would move mountains.
No, we can't do that.
What? If you put Tyler Herro on Washington?
I wouldn't even want to do that to him. I'd feel bad for him. I'd be like, fuck, we're sending him to Washington?
Listen, if I get Daniel Gafford back, I won't feel shit. I would just put him on. I want, like, that'll be the backup center.
Kuzma and Daniel Gafford.
Come on now.
Now we're thinking.
Come on now. Now you don't feel bad about sending Tyler to Washington no more, huh? Because of what you're getting back. That is the problem with this fan base. They like players until we no longer have them. I can guarantee you something right now. Tyler Herro will inevitably be traded from this roster. It's going to happen, Jordan. It might not happen this year. It might happen later on.
I agree with you here, because I fucking loved Justice Winslow, even though I knew he wasn't him. I loved him, and I was an emotional wreck when we traded him, and I haven't thought about him until you just brought that up.
Jordan, when we trade Tyler Herro, the fan base will all of a sudden begin to talk about his flaws the way I talk about them right now.
Yeah, that's what most fans do. Doesn't matter the fan base.
But they can't see it right now. They just think I'm hating. But when I point it out to them later, be like, hey, I used to say that. And no, you was just hating. Well, is it the message or is it the messenger? Because that tells me that you believed what I was saying. You just didn't like the fact that I was the one saying it because of the way I said it, probably.
You could take Jordan Poole, for example. I guarantee you the entire Golden State Warrior fan base thought he was the next Steph Curry. And now They're like, I can't believe that guy was on my team.
So check me out. Walk with me here, Jordan. Well, he was a player who had everything set up for him to succeed, and he just kind of like
became an
said,
idiot.
fuck it all. Yeah, he became an asshole. Like, he was in line to be Steph Curry's successor. And I think if he would have stayed there, he would have had some success. But, like, you fucked it up now. But he got his ring. He got his money. He can go over there and play idiot hoops all he wants. And if he's happy, then I'm happy for him. Like, I can't knock no man who's happy with his life. You know what I mean? You got your money. You've able to take care of you and your family. You've gotten the championship to kind of cement yourself as a basketball player. Now you're just going over here and I'm just going to shoot this hole every time I touch it. Like, okay. So I fuck with that a little bit. But him as a basketball player, like, that's chips. Like, that shit's over with.
All right. So before we get into the next discussion, I'm going to let you introduce the giveaway.
We're on video, right? I should probably I need to unblur this shit. So, Playbook was gracious enough to partner with us on this project where we wanted to do something for people for Christmas, for supporting our networks or whatever. So we've decided that we're going to give away a PS5 and an Xbox Series X live on both our playback channel and on streams. So the way to enter is very simple. All you have to do is subscribe to the Basement Sports Network YouTube channel, as well as retweet the tweet, our pinned tweet. It's a pinned tweet about the giveaway. Just go in there, retweet it, and you're automatically entered. I would suggest that you follow Playbook's YouTube channel too. It can only increase your odds. So make sure you drop a subscribe on both of those channels. But absolutely do that. And then on tomorrow, so Wednesday, I don't know when people will be listening to this, on Wednesday, in lieu of our post-game show, we'll be hosting a live playback stream where we'll be watching the game with you guys. We'll be giving our commentary during the game. You guys can jump on stage, interact with us. I think we're getting some of the guys from Playbook to come on there to fuck with us a little bit. And then if you win on that stream, you get to pick your system. So you get to pick the PS5 or the Xbox. The next giveaway will be on December the 22nd. That'll be live on the Basement's post-game show. And whoever wins there, you'll get whichever system we have left over. Send me, you can send the addresses. We'll get them shipped out to you. They're already in-house. I have them both sitting right next to me. I should show them on the camera. PS5, the Spider-Man edition. Oh, I got the blurry background. Wait. I gotta take, unblur my background. So you got the PS5, the Spider-Man edition. In the box, everything. You see it's still sealed up, so we didn't take nothing out of there. And then you got the Xbox Series X. Both sitting right here, ready to be shipped off. Don't worry, I won't steal them. I already have both systems. But yeah, man. So shout out to Playbook for partnering with us on this. It was a huge opportunity for us to just kind of like reach out and get with a group who we fuck with. And so we appreciate you guys for like being, willing to like fuck with us on this.
And everyone, don't worry. I already asked Royal. He won't let us enter, so you have better odds.
No chance in hell I'm giving it to Ray. It's not happening.
Even if he won.
Even if Ray won. Even if
give it to me for dealing with him.
If he was, I might, Jordan, holler at me. I might hit you up. We got a deal.
All right, so we're running low on time, so we'll make this last one a little brief. Okay. Simple question. This is how I've been ending all of the Heat shows lately. Do you think that this season the Miami Heat are NBA championship contenders?
No. But if you would ask me that last year, I would have said no too. And it turns out that they were championship contenders. I think what has been, and that's the thing that's been kind of confusing me about. It's not confusing me. Like, because I understand. I don't think that the Miami Heat are championship contenders, but I think they're going to kick everybody's ass in the East. Like, I think this team is capable of making it to the finals.
It's once they get to the West is the problem.
That's right. So by some people's definition, different. Some people, by their definition, is like, if you're in the finals, then obviously you're a contender. But to me, if you're in the finals and you have absolutely no chance in hell of winning, then you're not contending for anything. You're just showing up there. I think that teams like Boston, Milwaukee, not Orlando, even though they're playing well, not Orlando, but teams like that, Boston and Milwaukee, tomorrow. Brother, it's going to be.
Shout out, Tone, your team's going to fuck us up.
So just shout out Twan, because Twan is a huge Orlando Magic fan. But like teams like the reason I put teams like Milwaukee and Celtics in like the contender category is because I believe that those teams actually have a chance against some of the Western Conference teams. The problem that they run into is they have no fucking chance against the Miami Heat.
Yeah, they got to run into us first.
They can't beat us. They can't. Because it's not only like it's a mentality thing with the best players on those two teams now, where it's like, all right, we gotta do all this kind of stuff. Meanwhile, it's like Miami's like, we know how to beat you already. And then both of those teams have fired their coaches and gotten younger coaches. And so now you add the Spo advantage over them guys. Mm-hmm. So now you got Adrian Griffin over there in Milwaukee, new coach. Spo is going to hand him his own ass in the playoffs.
Dude's gonna get spoed. It's gonna be so funny.
It's gonna be gross, Jordan, because people are gonna be like, "Look, we're better than Milwaukee." It's like,
but
they can't beat us in a 7-game series. And so with the Celtics, it's like we've already proven Joe Gorgonzola, Mazzulla, whatever your name is, brother. Spo has your number, and the Celtics tend to like play dumbass basketball down the stretch of games anyway. They beat themselves a lot, but they're just uber talented, so they kick every other team's ass. We're going to beat the Celtics too.
That's the fucking thing. The Bucks and the Celtics, I'm not going to argue. They are far more talented than the Heat. But where the Heat have the advantages, they want it more, and they will fuck you up to get it. The Celtics don't want to do that. The Celtics want to rely on Jason Tatum scoring 50 every game to win. They want to rely on Giannis throwing himself and Dame Lillard now shooting threes. Fuck that. That's what they want to rely on.
Well, I will give you a little bit of pushback, Jordan. I will give you a little bit of pushback in terms of like the Heat want Jimmy Butler to score 56 points a night like he did against the Milwaukee Bucks. So like, I don't know what's happening with my AirPods, but I can't hear you, so I'm going to like change it. But the Heat want Jimmy Butler to score every night, but he ain't going to do it. So they just beat them in different ways. Like I think the way that Miami has the advantage over them is with their team basketball and Spo. Spo is the biggest advantage that Miami has over these people. Like when Spo gets in that bag and decides that, hey, I'm no longer going to allow Jason Tatum to do what he's comfortable doing, then Jason Tatum stops doing it. The Heat can win those games. But then you go up against other teams in the West that are equally good, well coached. Like Mike Malone's a good coach. Mm-hmm. So they're well coached over there. And they're more talented. So, like, they have an opportunity. For Miami Heat fans, I think because we consistently beat the Bucks and the Celtics and we make it to the finals, it's like, well, we don't really need to improve. But it's like every time we get to the finals, we never have the firepower to get the ultimate goal. Mm-hmm. So I'm tired of finish as the prom king runner-up, bro. I want to win the fucking title. So that's why I advocate for like big sweeping moves and shit like that, as opposed to like these little itty bitty changes. Even though at this point I'll take the itty bitty changes because I'm tired of watching the same fucking team, bro.
I'm not gonna say they're not contenders yet. Here's what we're gonna do. You and I, we're gonna come back on a podcast after the trade deadline because that's when I'll have a better understanding. If they don't do anything, I
have 4 words. I have a couple of words. 6 words. They like their team, accept reality.
Okay.
They're not going to trade anybody. They're not going to trade anybody. They are going to let Kyle Lowry's contract expire on his roster. They will re-sign him to a cheaper deal next year. They're also going to do the same thing with Caleb Martin, and they're going to re-sign Caleb Martin to a 3-year deal at the end of this season.
It is what it is. A man can hope, though.
Okay, I want to have faith too. So I'm gonna lean in with your optimism and say they'll get a move done this trade deadline that'll dramatically improve the team.
All right, it's a perfect place to end. Royal, is there anything you want to say before I let you go?
Make sure y'all follow Playbook Sports on all of their platforms. Anybody who takes the time to make content for you guys is deserving and worthy of your attention. So appreciate them, bro. Follow them, interact with them, engage in their content, buy their merch. Like, do everything that you can to help support these guys. They're trying to grow just like everybody else, and they have a right to this space. So let them have it and at least support them in any way that you can. So that's it.
And I'm going to say the same about Basement. You make sure you follow him on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, MySpace, Tumblr, YouTube. I don't know what the hell they got, but they got everything because I follow him on everything. Royal, it's always a pleasure, my boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Peace.